the really cool, neat setup about this, having the Ultra L and the Nano, is that you can actually load the battery and carry the board and the battery already in it. I mean, you can never do that with the Explorer and the regular board. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm short in time. I only have a little time to be using all of this, and I know they're cranking out in there inside the factory, the headquarters. So I'm doing this already, so I can already go to the place, ride it, and that's it. And that's the beauty about the Nano and the Ultra Light, because you can actually put everything together, put inside the car, and then you go. Now, I don't know the weight specifically. I'm gonna post that later on today. As I edited the video, I'm gonna put the weight of the Nano. But the cool thing is that, as you know, it comes a little insert, so you can put the battery in it, and it fits snugly, and that's it. You're ready to go. And as I say again, this already it makes so much easier for you to carry, because you can already have your board set up with the battery in it and hit the water and come back. This is definitely a time saver for me. But for those who like having problems fitting things inside your car, I'm inside of a little tiny Honda Civic, and I got like 2 boards. The cell, the mast is on the back seat, 2 batteries in the trunk, and tons of wings. Everything fits inside this car. It's like a little tiny capsule of a bunch of tiny little toys. Super stoked to get in the water soon and try these things out. I quick just want to thank you guys for watching this video, and please go to my website, ie4u.com. There, visit the IE4U store, and if you find something that you like, please consider purchasing, because that really gonna help me to keep this channel alive. Everything that I review, all the trips that I made, all in my pocket, and your contribution will be very helpful. Nonetheless, leave a like, please consider subscribing, and by all means, leave a comment below, give me ideas for new videos, and maybe new ideas for new shirts, all right? Thank you very much, and keep watching the video right now. Thank you. I'm sorry about the wind, guys, but this is what I'm gonna be revealing pretty soon. The beautiful and unique Ultra Light. This board is just simply amazing, and this will be the Ultra Light review with the Nano battery inside, and of course the beautiful golden mast, the 80 centimeter golden mast. And I'll be riding my favorite setup, which is the 800 wing with 290, because that way I can give a comparison how I feel on that board using the Nano and the Ultra Light. This thing is amazing, guys. Look how, it's a thing of beauty. Alright, I'm drooling right now. Let me get in the water and start up with this review. One thing I'm gonna say right off the bat, I was able to carry the board, the Ultra Light, and the Nano battery all together in one piece without a problem at all. Especially for who's messed up like I am right now. I could never do that with the Explorer and my Pro board. So having this configuration is so light and saves me time already from making 2 travels, especially when my knees messed up. But so far, man, this is awesome. I can't believe how light it is. I'm gonna give you the numbers later in terms of weight and so forth, but right now I'm just gonna go for a ride. I'm sorry about the wind. I know it's a little bit noisy, but one little note I'm gonna tell you right now. Actually, Kalen is one of the riders of Fliteboard, the guy who did the review before about the maintenance, and he gave me a very good tip. As I mentioned before, it can be hard to get in up on foil, especially on the Ultra, because the Bluetooth connection is below the water. But one mistake that we make too is sometimes we keep control over here, and I make the mistake too even with the Pro board. Not much on the Fliteboard, but the Pro board you might make the mistake to start coming up on foil and put your hand, your control on your chest. Basically what you're doing, you're blocking the signal from the Bluetooth to the Ultra, to the mast. So especially on the Ultra, that's what makes you sometimes lose connection. So a little tip for you guys, and thank you, Keelan, for letting us know. Whenever you're riding, make sure the the control is way up there so the Bluetooth signal can travel. So let's get in. I got this to work right now. And I almost put my my hands to my chest again, which I should not be doing. So you're starting to get a little bit speed, and as I said, the Ultra takes a little more experience to get on the foil. And that's it. Whoop, there we go. I am up right now, dude. This thing is light. Going upwind right now, sorry about that. Going downwind so that way it doesn't have that much noise. Guys, amazing how light this thing is. On the Ultra, normal Ultra, you feel like there's nothing beneath you, but right now, this is like wing foiling. I do wing foiling myself, and this, it's funny because I feel like I'm a wing foil, but it's an e-foil that has no weight at all. And the thing moves, man. The weight is amazing. I mean, you definitely feel the difference. And one thing too, having the 8cm mast, makes you go way up in the sky right now, and it feels like you're flying. That 5cm or 2 inches makes a world of difference, especially when you're carving. But the way the board is so loose, I just wish my knee was better so I can actually give more feedback. But still, I think go to the left and I go to the left. I think go to the right, the board goes to the right. Is that light? Is that light? I mean, I'm surprised that it might be like 2 pounds difference, 3 pounds difference, but it feels like it's no weight below your leg. And as I said, it feels like I'm wing foiling, and I've done wing foiling for quite some time. This is as close as you can go to wing foiling without the wing, which is even better. Let's go back. I'm cranking the motor over here. I'm going at about 12 right now. It's not that much, and I'm gonna try to run as much up as I can because I want to see how long the battery is gonna last. This would be the ideal setup if you surfing, because you can catch a wave, then you can come back, have the True Glide propeller and save the battery. So I've been running now for about 10-15 minutes, and I still have about 75% of battery, and I'm going at about 10-12 gear, about 22-23 miles an hour. It's lasting quite well. I think the best setup for this is for those ones who surf, of course, for those ones just take a quick zap around. And I could just imagine how great this board, the light, ultra light, the Nano, and the 1500 wing would be like, because to take big wakes and swells just to surf and use the True Glide propeller to save battery would be amazing. But unfortunately, I might not have time to do that. I am going now at about 25 minutes, and I just reached half a battery, and that's not bad, man. 25 minutes, half a battery, and I'm just cranking non-stop. Not bad deal at all, and it's super freaking light. Oh man, gotta get myself all of these. But the only problem is only have one choice of color, golden color, but you can't go any wrong. Beautiful. 35 minutes running now, and I just hit a 25% mark. I'm gonna start heading back and give my final thoughts. I mean, man, and I haven't stopped, meaning I'm from 9 to 12 gear, 20, 24, 5 miles an hour, non-stop, 35 minutes, and I still got 24% left right now. Let me head back and give my final thoughts. This thing is so sweet, man. I'm so stoked. It's sweet. Oh yeah.
As usual, I always leave my final thoughts due to the fact that I know it can get very windy and maybe sometimes you can hear anything that I said. But to sum up, the ultralight only comes 1.5 kilos to 2.5 pounds lighter than the regular Ultra. However, you do feel a major difference on the riding. Now, part of that, of course, was for the fact that I had the ultralight with the Nano. And let me say this, the Nano is a thing of beauty. Comes in around the 6 kilos or roughly 13.2 pounds. But when you combine the Nano with the ultralight, you having a completely different experience. And as I mentioned here before, I do wing foiling, and this combination of the Nano with the ultralight is the closest thing you can get to wing foiling. Now, you would think that people is just gonna buy the ultralight with the Nano just to go surfing, which is ideal for it, don't take me wrong. You can take this very small and light combination, go to a nice surfing session, ride in the wave, let the trigger go, and use the True Glide propeller and save the battery. So it's gonna prolong the time you're gonna be riding. There's no doubt about that. However, I could also see that guy who lives on the flat water on a lake to take this board out for 35 to 45 minutes running and blasting about 25 to 30 miles an hour and having tons of fun carving left and right, because this board is that much fun on throwing around. Let me now give you my personal final opinion. If you take the ultralight with the Nano and set up with the 1500 jet wing, you will have a killer setup. Why? It will be a quivet killer because it will be good for surfing, downwinding, and even on flat water. For the fact that you have the 1500 wing, you glide much more. So you can stand that ride from 45 minutes to maybe an hour or even more. All right, guys, that's all I have for now. I appreciate if you stay until the end, and please make sure you're gonna leave some comments below to give me new ideas for new videos. By all means, please consider subscribing, leave the thumbs up, and if you have the time, go to my website, iefoil.com, and if you see something that you like, please consider purchasing, because any purchase that you make, it does helps me to keep on going on my expenses when I make my trips and when I also review the products. Thank you very much for your time. Be good to each other and be safe out there. I'll see you guys in the water. Take care, guys.